Welcome to CastDownImagination.tv. My name is Van Waller, and I'd like to welcome you to my program today, which is entitled Do Something About It. One of my taglines says, don't just dream about a better day, do something about it. So many of us have goals and dreams and aspirations, but where we get stuck is there's a big gulf between what we want to do and what we need to do. So the whole thrust and focus of this program in the next coming weeks or months or however long this airs is to give you some how-tos, some motivation, some encouragement, and some inspiration, and some really good practical information to do something about your goals and dreams. I was speaking to an auditorium of about 500 one time, and I asked, how many of you have goals and dreams? And every hand in the building went up. And then when I asked how many of you have accomplished some of those goals and dreams, about maybe a third of the people's hands went up. So that's what we're going to focus on in these coming programs is do something about your goals and dreams. Everybody wants that better day. Everybody wants more money, better job, start a business, bigger house, and the list goes on and on and on. But we need to do something about it, especially in this economy. So again, I said I'll be your host, and my name is Van Waller. I'm going to tell you a little story that I heard many years ago, and it never left my mind. It resonated with me really loud and clear. There was a little boy, we'll just call him John for the sake of the story. He loved to play tricks. He was a jokester. He loved to play tricks on his grandfather. So one day his family left. They went to the store. They went to town to buy a few things and come back. So he knew he had at least 30 minutes to play a trick on his grandfather. So his grandfather had a ritual. As soon as the family would leave, he'd go in the back room in his favorite rocking chair, and he would rock himself to sleep. And little Johnny, being the trickster that he was, he ran to the refrigerator as soon as his parents left, and he got a piece of Limburger cheese, and he put it on his finger. He waited until he knew grandfather was asleep, and he smeared just a little dab under grandfather's nose. And he hid around the corner, and he watched grandfather. After a few seconds, and it didn't take long, grandfather said, "Oh," and he began to cough and gag and choke. And he said, "My God, this room stinks." And he got up, and he walked down the hall, and he said, "My gracious, this hall stinks." And he walked in the first bedroom and said, "My goodness, the bedroom stinks." And he went through every room in the house and got to the living room and he said, "Good Lord, the living room stinks. This whole house stinks." So he said, "I got to get out of here." So he walked out on the front porch and he took a deep breath, and guess what? The whole neighborhood stunk. And he said, "Good Lord, the whole world stinks." Well, the problem wasn't in the back bedroom. It wasn't in the first bedroom. It wasn't in the second bedroom. It certainly wasn't in the house, and it certainly wasn't the whole world. The problem was right under his very own nose. And so many times that's typical of all of us. We'll have a bad experience in life. We'll maybe go through a divorce or a loss of job or a car accident, and we'll use that to just color our world and say, "My God, the world stinks." Somebody doesn't like you. Now all of a sudden nobody likes you. You have a car accident. Now all of a sudden all cars are unsafe and you'll never get into another car again. And we make decisions based upon bad experiences or negative experiences, and we allow those decisions from those bad experiences to color our world. Well, I'm going to ask you during the course of these programs to begin to make some decisions to change the way you think about things, about your life, about your goals, about your dreams, and understand that that experience was just that experience during that time. Even if that bad experience repeats itself and you go through another bad experience and another bad experience, you have to understand and you have to believe that life is good, but it's based on what you make of it. I'm certainly no different than you. I'm sure as I shared that story, you begin to think about things in your life that colored your decisions about things that you would do in the future, or more importantly, things that you would never do again. Like I said, all of us have goals and dreams, but we need to do something about it. But it's very difficult when we live by those decisions that say, because this experience was so hard, I'll never do that again.